How you guys doing? This is Rich from Rich TV Live. And the cannabis stocks today crashed down to a new 52-week low in both Canada and the United States. So creating a new buying opportunity for all of us, creating a new floor. And there's a few reasons why I believe this is happening. First of all, you guys heard the news about Curaleaf, right? So the FDA issues a warning to Curaleaf for illegally selling CBD products with unsubstantiated claims. Curaleaf receives a warning letter from the FDA for allegedly making unsubstantiated CBD claims. The FDA has said it will continue to take action against companies making egregious health claims. Curaleaf has 15 days to respond to the FDA concerns. The Food and Drug Administration issued a warning letter to Curaleaf for allegedly illegally selling CBD products with unsubstantiated claims that the products treat cancer, Alzheimer's disease, opioid withdrawal, pain, and pet anxiety. Curaleaf Curaleaf shares fell more than 6% in trading Tuesday after the news broke. Congress in December legalized CBD, or cannabinoid derived from hemp. The FDA last year approved Epidiolex, a drug derived from CBD to treat severe forms of childhood epilepsy. Other than that, the FDA has not approved any CBD drugs and prohibits companies from making unproven claims about CBD and its purported benefits. Now, the part that I find mind-boggling about this, I have my own CBD company. I'm not Curaleaf, okay? I'm not making those claims about my CBDs on our labels. Like, I got labels on my CBDs, and I'm not saying on my CBDs that I'm curing all these diseases. How can Curaleaf, the biggest company, if not one of the biggest companies in America, how can they make those claims? And why would they make those claims? This is mind-boggling for me. And I believe the entire sector today went down based on this news because we're only, a few weeks removed from CanTrust having their scandal. Now, all of a sudden, Curaleaf has this happen with the FDA. What's up, Cody? How you doing? So I'm a little bit disturbed by this trend, and I believe this, and I predicted this. I told you guys that this wasn't going to be the end of it. I told you this would happen more often. I told you we're going to have more issues. And unfortunately, I believe that this is actually a rampant problem in the sector. How you doing, Kenetha Grant? And unfortunately, I don't believe this is the end. I wish I could tell you this was the end. And I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I may be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I doubt it. And I did predict that this would be an issue, that we are going to have a lot of issues. And I've been predicting this for years, that we're going to have a lot of issues of these companies operating in the black market, going over to the public sector. I do not understand why Curaleaf would put on their labels that they've got cures for cancer and all these diseases when they do not have FDA approval, when they have not been lab tested, when they have not been proven by Health Canada, the FDA, which are really the only two organizations you need approval from. How can you put that on your label? This is Mickey Mouse, guys. This is not something you would expect from these huge companies. And it's a little bit mind-boggling that they would make these mistakes when a little guy like me that has a tiny little small CBD company, my label's got nothing on them. They're basic. They're simplistic. Because and my product is lab tested. But until I get FDA approval, you're not going to see me go out there and say, "Oh yeah, our CBDs cure cancer. Our CBDs cure Alzheimer's. Our CBDs cure seizures." We're not going to actually put it on a label. I'm mind boggled that Curaleaf would make this mistake. What's up, Shelby? What's up, Mike? Yeah, like I said, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. Our track record speaks for itself. How you doing, Seth Riffle? Not Rifle, but Seth Riffle. I know. Why would they put on their products that it cures cancer when they do not have FDA approval, when they do not have Health Canada's blessings? If you do not have a large government body that is backing you, saying that your product has these cures, why would you go out there when you're a multi-million dollar and soon to be a multi-billion dollar company? Why would you go out there and substantiate that you have these incredible products that cure all these diseases without having any proof? Yeah, Dylan, it's mind-boggling how stupid some of these companies are. It's mind-boggling how stupid some of these companies are. Shelby says, bought 2,000 shares of Rivers today at $292. SNN is next. Hey, man, you got in at a lower price than me. Great entry. Mike Affeld says, seems like a very basic thing to know not to do. You think? You think? Mind-boggling. Thank you guys for the 6 likes. Let's see if we can get some more. Dylan Fraser says, rich for CEO. Like, if you're a public company and you need someone to run the show and you don't got the right guy, holler at your boy. We'll run a clean ship. We'll run a tight ship. We'll do it the right way. I'd rather go slowly than try to rush everything and make a ton of stupid mistakes and have your stock get crushed, which is what happened to Curaleaf today. Kenitha Grant says, how long do you think stocks will continue to drop? Well, if companies like Curaleaf, which are one of the biggest companies in the sector, keeps making mistakes like this, and CanTrust keeps making mistakes like this, and Canopy Growth fires their CEO, which I also said it was a mistake, it's going to continue. This is just a Mickey Mouse mistake that should not be happening with a company of this size. I am mind-boggled that they would make this mistake. Seth Riffle says, I think the CEO might have been smoking a joint in his office and was like, we could tell people laughing my ass off. This shit cures death, man. Yeah, like, come on, guys. This is Mickey Mouse. You should know better than this, Curaleaf. Like, what are you guys thinking? David James said so many times we were going to have a double bottom in the summer. If it wasn't this news, it would have been something else. This is all planned. Yeah, and maybe they've got a long list of news and they just bring it out when they want. That's a possibility. Levon says it sure doesn't help the sector. Hell no. Clean me up, Scotty says CURA dipped 916 but closed at 975. And I'm going to tell you why. Nicholas is asking what happened. David James is saying exactly, Rich. Well, I'm going to read to you what happened. Curaleaf was putting CBD products on their shelves of their stores, which are all over the U.S., saying that they cured cancer, Alzheimer's, epilepsy, like without having FDA approval. So now they have 15 days to respond to the FDA. So let me read to you the news. As we examine potential regulatory pathways for the lawful marketing of products containing cannabis and cannabis-derived compounds like CBD, protecting and promoting public health remains our top priority, Acting FDA Commissioner Ned Sharpless said in a statement. Selling unapproved products with unsubstantiated therapeutic claims, such as claims that CBD products can treat serious diseases and conditions, can put patients and consumers at risk by leading them to put off important medical care, he said. The FDA has issued roughly 24 warning letters to companies for allegedly making unproven health claims about CBD products. And I'm telling you, this is rampant in America. This is not happening in Canada because CBDs are illegal. This is happening in America. It's happening everywhere. Everywhere. This is one against Curaleaf is notable because this company is a leading player in the booming CBD industry. The FDA, and you know what? I've had so much pushback in the United States with our CBDs because there's a bunch of shit CBDs floating all over the US and people are putting all kinds of shit on their product, which is not substantiated. I promise you this, our CBDs are lab tested. Our CBDs will cure people, and our CBDs are better than I would say 99% of the CBDs that is in the United States right now. And we charge for our CBDs because it's quality product. But a lot of the crap that you find in America is trash. I'm telling you right now, it is complete trash. It is fake. A lot of the CBDs is fake. It doesn't even have isolate in it. You cannot create CBDs without isolate. I've talked to people that are in this sector, and I talk to them about isolate. They don't even know what isolate is. How can you have CBD if you don't have isolate? It's like having a caramel bar with no caramel. Like I said, I might be wrong. I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I'm just saying. Today's action demonstrates, hold on. The FDA said Curaleaf made unfounded claims about more than a dozen different CBD products on its product web pages, online stores, and social media websites. Some of the claims it highlighted include CBD has demonstrated to have properties that counteract the growth and or spread of cancer. Oh my goodness. You guys realize they're going to have to pull all of these CBDs off the shelf now, right? All these CBDs are going to get pulled off the shelf. This is another CannTrust scenario. Don't think it's not. It's not as bad, but it's bad. Because just like CannTrust was growing weed behind Health Canada's back, Curaleaf has been putting products on the shelves of stores all over America, making claims that they can't prove. In my mind, that's just as bad. Why would you say this if you can't prove it? And CBD has been linked to the effective treatment of Alzheimer's disease. Wow. Today's action demonstrates that the agency stands firm in its commitment to continue monitoring the marketplace and protecting the public health by taking action as needed against companies that deceive consumers. So essentially, they're saying in this that Curaleaf is deceiving consumers. That's not a good thing. And puts them at risk by illegally selling products marketed for therapeutic uses for which they are not approved, such as those claiming to treat cancer or Alzheimer's disease, Sharpless said. Curaleaf has 15 days to respond to the FDA's concerns. Failure to correct the violations could result in legal action, such as product seizure or injunction, the agency said. Oh, this is serious. This is dead serious. Wow. A Curaleaf spokeswoman said its legal counsel is currently reviewing the letter, and the company will respond within the FDA-mandated timeframe, which is 15 days. We intend to work collaboratively with the FDA to address this issue in the letter, the spokeswoman said. Curaleaf is fully committed to complying with the FDA requirements for all the product that it markets. A high-level working group of the FDA is evaluating its CBD policies. FDA Principal Deputy Commissioner Amy Abernethy, in a statement, said the group plans to report on its progress by early this fall. Wow. So Curaleaf shares tank in Canada all the way to $9 on this news. At one point, they're down like 14% last time I looked. Then Curaleaf responds, which you can find the response on richtvlive.com. Just go to pod indices and you can follow along with me. Go to US pod index. I guess it's under Canadian Pot Index. Yeah, it's under Canadian Pot Index. Under the Canadian Index. I can't believe they made this mistake. Hey, listen, I know the benefits of CBD, but you as a business should know these guys are overzealous. They are all overzealous. They're trying to put the wool over the FDA and Health Canada's eyes because they're so focused on results. They're so focused on sales. They are not focused on quality. This is why I love Zenabis. You will not see Zenabis making these stupid mistakes. And I personally think that these companies, like, something needs to happen because these companies are not taking this seriously. Thank you, Neurosis, for telling everyone to smash the like. We do have 16 likes and 52 people watching. Don't love those ratios. Love to get a few more likes, but thank you guys for the 16 likes. Because remember, I told you guys, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I've been wrong before, but it's few and far between. And I did predict after CanTrust had their scandal that we would have more scandals. And here we go. It's been only, a couple weeks? And I'm not surprised. Because of this, we are now at a 52-week low in Canada, a 52-week low in the United States, in the cannabis sector. And this news doesn't help the sector one bit. Okay, let me see this news. Let me pull in Curaleaf. Just go to richtvlive.com, type in Curaleaf. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to Rich TV Live yet, go to richtvlive.com, subscribe. We've had over 400 people already subscribe to all of our push alerts. And very soon, we're going to start giving you guys picks. So go subscribe to richtvlive.com. It's absolutely free. And you get access to tons of great information every single day, absolutely free. So Curaleaf crashes on this news, goes all the way to $9. And then they respond to the FDA with a letter of their own, and the stock jumps back up to $9.75. Let's read Curaleaf's response. Curaleaf responds to the FDA. So quickly, which I like, Curaleaf responded to the FDA saying, Curaleaf today issued the following statement in response to a letter from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, otherwise known as the FDA, regarding its CBD product marketing. Curaleaf is committed to the highest standard of quality and compliance and will work collaboratively with the FDA to resolve all issues addressed in the agency's letter. The company will respond to the FDA letter within the required 15 working days. Compliance is a top priority for Curaleaf and the company. It's always funny that they say this after they get caught. And is fully committed to complying with FDA requirements for all of the products that it markets. We can affirm that nothing in the letter raises any issues concerning the quality and consistency of any Curaleaf product or calls into question the high safety standards of the company's cultivation and manufacturing processes. Curaleaf CBD products are all derived from hemp and meet the requirements of the Farm Bill. That's your response? That's it? That was a pretty quick response. The FDA sends you a long-ass letter, and that's your response? Kind of weak. About Curaleaf Holdings. Curaleaf Holdings, CURA in Canada, CURLF in America, is the leading vertically integrated multi-state cannabis operator in the United States. But you didn't know that, but you didn't know that you shouldn't have labels that say you cure cancer? You're the leading vertically integrated cannabis company in America, and you didn't know? And you didn't know? Really? Interesting. Interesting. It is a high-growth cannabis company with national brand known for quality, trust, and reliability. The company is positioned in highly populated, limited license states and currently operates in 12 states. with 48 dispensaries, which are now going to have to pull CBDs off their shelves, just so you know. 13 cultivation sites and 12 processing sites. Curaleaf has the executive expertise and research and development capabilities to provide leading service, selection, and accessibility across the medical and adult use markets, as well as in the CBD category through its Curaleaf hemp brand and Bido brand for pets. I'm shocked, disappointed, a little bit disgusted. I just didn't expect to see first CannTrust caught growing weed illegally behind walls. Like I said, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I did predict that we would have a lot of issues going from the black market to the legal market. I've been making these predictions since I started. And it ain't over. If two of the biggest companies, CannTrust, one of the biggest in Canada, Curaleaf, the biggest, if not one of the biggest in America, if two of the biggest companies in the world in the cannabis sector that are legal, Curaleaf operating in America, CannTrust operating in Canada, CannTrust reporting to Health Canada, Curaleaf reporting to the FDA. If two of the biggest companies in the world are making these mistakes, what do you think the small companies are doing? How are they going to compete? I'm just saying, man. It's pretty shocking to see this happening, to be quite honest with you. I'm a little bit disgusted. I'm very disappointed. I thought that these companies would know better than that. Little guys like me can't sell in Canada, so I don't. I get calls every day. Rich, can I get your CBDs? No, it's not licensed. We're not licensed. Can't do it. But CannTrust, they want to sell through the back door. And they're licensed. Then you got Curaleaf, one of the biggest players in America, and on their labels, which remember, you will be held accountable for everything you do in the public sector. You've got a product with a label on it, right? That label says, this cures cancer. You don't know better than that. You're this huge company. You don't know better than that. I don't buy it for a second. I don't buy it for a second. Yo, entrepreneur, man. You got to go, man. You got to go. So, just disappointed. People want to know why we're hitting 52-week lows. Canopy Growth made the biggest mistake ever, firing Bruce Linton. Oh, and by the way, MTLO had a monster day today. Congratulations to everyone who won at MTLO. CannTrust is hiding cannabis from Health Canada behind walls. You think that motivates people to want to invest? Hell no. Hell no. And now Curaleaf, one of the biggest players in the world, they're putting illegal comments on their products and putting them on shelves all over the US. And then people wonder why the sector's falling. That's the reason why the sector's falling. If you don't think that Canopy Growth firing Bruce Linton, the most recognized name and CEO in the entire sector for 5 years, if you don't think that has an effect on people, think again. CannTrust, one of the biggest companies. Every day you look at BNN, you see all these huge analysts and hedge fund managers and investors saying CannTrust is one of the biggest companies, one of the best companies. They are always pumping CannTrust. Then CannTrust is hiding weed behind walls from Health Canada. Oh, and not a small amount of weed. $70 million of weed. And now this? And then you wonder why the market is falling? I'm shocked it hasn't fallen more. So this is not good for the sector. I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I've been following this sector every single day. When something happens, your boy knows about it. When something happens, your boy's going to talk about it. When something happens, your boy's going to have an opinion on it. And yes, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. I doubt it. And I predict that if you see CannTrust and Curaleaf, two of the biggest players in this sector, making these mistakes, just imagine what everybody else is doing. Just imagine. Where's Bruce Linton now? Well, Bruce Linton's at MTLO. And we've seen what MTLO's done. They've been killing it. So I just wanted to give you guys my opinion about why the market's crashing today. That's the reason, in my opinion, where we're at 52-week lows in Canada, 52-week lows in the US. I still like Canopy Growth. I still like Curaleaf. I still like CannTrust. They're not going to go anywhere. But my prediction is that this market will turn around when all of these issues get cleaned up. And I'm also going to predict that this is not the end. We will see more of this. We will see more scandal. We will see more deception. We will see more companies scrambling probably right now to try to get in line with what the FDA is expecting as far as quality standards. And I said, Health Canada, if you want this to stop, start doing random testing. The FDA needs to do the same thing. They need to hire a task force, hire a team of people that walk into public companies. These are public companies. It's your job to protect investors, and it's your job to protect patients. And if you're not protecting investors and you're not protecting patients, what are you really doing? Aaron, what's up, bro? You've been burnt on what? How's the DR treating you, bro? Mark Pepper, you agree? I'm glad that you agree, man. So this is why the sector's down. People are like, oh, the sector's down, but it's not because of that. I'm like, what? It's front page news everywhere you look. They're talking about FDA, Curaleaf, FDA, Curaleaf. How can you say this is not affecting the sector? This is affecting the sector. Like I told you guys, I may be wrong, but I doubt it. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. I did a video today with Bluestone Resources. Guys, gold and silver and resources are starting to heat up. Your boy's on it. We're going to continue to talk about hot markets, hot topics. Right now, I don't really want to bash the cannabis sector. It's getting bashed enough anyways. These public companies are doing a damn good job of destroying their own reputations, which is pretty sad. Curaleaf, get your shit together. CannTrust, get your shit together. Canopy Growth, get your shit together. You guys are single-handedly taking down the sector. Now, as an investor, selfishly, I kind of like it because I'm buying cheap. But I'll be honest with you, it ain't good. It ain't good. If you're a fringe investor and you're thinking about getting into cannabis and you see this type of news, what are you going to do? You're probably going to sit on the sideline and wait till the sector gets a little bit more legal. Because even though you're licensed, you're operating like an illegal black market company. Still, you got a license by Health Canada? So what? Let's grow behind illegal walls. You got FDA approval to put out CBDs and hemp products? Let's just say that it cures cancer. We'll get a few more sales. Come on, guys. Hey, like I said, I might be wrong, but I doubt it. My track record speaks for itself. 2.5 years, I've been bringing you guys the news, and I'll continue. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live, reporting from my 5 acres in the country, and I'm out. I got nothing else to say because I was told when I was really young, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all. So I'm done. Peace. Thanks, guys.